What's up, what's up, what's up, people? It's your boy Special Ops, Airsoft Special Ops. What's up, what's up, what's up, people? It's your boys. Let's go again. Composed. What's up, what's up, what's up, people? It's your boy Airsoft Special Ops. Hay fever is a real thing. Whoever created that, I dislike you. What are we saying? So I promised you guys an Easter egg video, an updated Easter egg video, and sponsors have sent me stuff. Again, I wish they really sent me their names, but regardless, we're gonna get into the video and at least continue promoting the stuff. So next, we have again some basic stuff, but very important stuff. So we have what you call a power bag. You're probably like, what the hell is that? It is a charging bag. So I will give you a quick demonstration because it comes in the most simplest package. It's a Nuprol one as well. It's from the company Nuprol. So literally you want to pull off that plastic, bust it open. And what it's used for is you basically open this bit. Quite firm, innit? Bloody hell. Which is good. And you basically, say you have a battery charging, you would chuck the battery in there. Obviously your socket wouldn't be in there because obviously your plug socket's in the floor or in the wall or whatever. So you chuck your battery in there. Boom. You close this bag up, hang your wire freely so it can actually freely hang. And it basically essentially means that, God forbid it, if your battery leaks, blows up, or overcharges, this should keep it contained. It's actually made from, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I can feel it. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a plasticky, but it's not plastic. It's like a anti-fire type material. It's so weird. Like it doesn't. I don't even know how to explain it. Like I'll show you the inside quickly. Let me take that out quick so it's a bit easier for you guys to see. So I don't know if you guys can see that, like it's quite interesting. I'm gonna have to just give it a test. Next time I charge my battery, I'm gonna have to give it a test and just see how well it works. I think it's safe because I've read a lot of reviews on these things, and one thing I've come across with a lot of the pro players, they always advise these because obviously they've got guns that use different batteries, some lipos, and then there's another type of battery. I can never remember its name. What is the name? I cannot remember the name, but people in the comments help my viewers out. Do you get what I'm saying? There's another type of battery. That battery is less safer to charge than a lipo, and most of the guys who are talking about these charging bags have that type of battery. I just can't remember what it's called. What the hell is it called? Give me 1 second. So I have something that says the name of it on it. So I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that, but it's basically LIFE. If you have a LIFE battery, you definitely want to buy one of these. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just the difference between, God forbid it, one day it blowing up your house. Do you get what I'm saying? Or just overcharging, because them batteries tend to leak over time. Like I know a guy who had one for about maybe 6 to 9 months, and he said his one started to leak. Maybe it's because he never really looked after it, because I found with lipo, well again it's a different battery, but I haven't had issues with my lipo. I think the biggest issue I probably ever came across with a lipo battery was I bought a gun from one of my mates, and he had the battery for the AEG for about 4 or 5 years. I probably charged the battery twice, and this was with a new charger, you know. I probably charged the battery twice and noticed that the battery, after the 3rd time trying to charge it, just wouldn't hold charge. Like one time I charged it for 5 hours, another time 3 hours, another time 2 hours, and then I just got to the extent where I worked out what the problem was. I done some Google searching and came across, if your battery, I'll have to do a video on it, but if your battery gets puffy, just get rid of it. but safely get rid of it. There is actual proper ways to recycle this. Most local supermarkets do it. They'll have like a battery section, like Sainsbury's, Morrison's, places like that. I'm not sure about Aldi and Lidl. You have to ask in store. But if I'm correct, they do. You just have to ask for them to direct you areas. If I'm correct, they do have it. But yeah, expose of them properly. And even most time, some houses, the bin collection, depending on your area, county, and borough, there's a specific recycling for batteries. And you should go online and actually look how to do it properly, safely as well, because these things are important. If it's not you that gets hurt, maybe the person, the bin man who doesn't know it's in there, it blows up on him. So just be careful. But for you guys at home who are active players, especially children, if you're under the age of like 18, 20, please buy one of these. Even if it's a LiPo battery, please buy one of these, because just the difference between putting a battery on charge in your room, falling asleep, and maybe you've had that battery and you banged up against the wall, or it's dropped a couple times on the field and you just haven't realized it's leaking, or haven't realized there's a hole, and once you put that on charge, maybe fall asleep. Do you know what I'm saying? And normally don't even charge and go to sleep. That's one thing I would always say to people, like, I only charge my batteries when I'm up during the day, because I don't like that feeling. As much as I've got a smart charger that stops the battery charging automatically, in my brain I have anxiety that, say the battery stops charging, that gets fully charged at say 3 o'clock, but I don't wake up till 10 o'clock. What's happening with all that current? And even my battery just sitting in that place being fed. But maybe I'm overthinking it, because I do have a smart charger for my batteries. But yeah, let's keep this simple. AEG charging bag, or battery charging bag from Nuprol. I would have to look how much this costs so I can actually promote it properly. So this is, without VAT, it is $8.33. With VAT, it is $9.99, which again, still isn't bad. Like, if they didn't send me this, and Nuprol didn't send me this, it again was a third party who did not list themselves. So guys, always remember this. I appreciate the love regardless, because I get to keep these things. But one thing I will say is, come on man, I'm all about helping the cause, because you guys are also helping me, right? Always list your link. I would buy this for 10 quid. It's the difference between a blown up battery and not, or even just containing a damaged battery, or even just being safe, because like I said, it's made out of a specific like special material that keeps you and your battery safe. Do you know the maddest thing is, I probably would use this as well to like transport my batteries to a game from my house, because sometimes it's not always wise to have them just laying around in your gun bag or something, because who knows that something could continuously hit it and damage it that way. So if it's in extra protection, maybe that's a bit better. Often when I'm going to games, I just kind of put it in my stock. I don't connect it up to the gun, but I put it in my stock, because where the stock is quite hard, it's very hard for my battery to actually get damaged, right? So that's probably the safest place to put it. But if you have extra batteries, because for example right now I bought a ASG, and that one I actually bought, that wasn't from a sponsor, but I needed it. Like when I sold the Spectre arms, guys, to my boy, you'll see him, one of the 107 Turks, man, one of the Turkish man there. Yeah, I basically sold that gun. And as a bro, I didn't want to give it to him with no battery, so I just gave him the Nuprol one, because yeah, it is what it is. Also, we're gonna do battery comparisons soon, because the cheaper battery, in my opinion, was better than the Nuprol one, which didn't really make sense, because they were rough. No, they were the exact same voltage and mAh, so milliamp, so it just didn't really make sense. I was like, is it because of the companies? But the cheaper brand worked better. It was so interesting. But yeah, I basically bought one from ASG that matches the milliamp from the cheaper battery. So again, I'm gonna at some point test that, maybe at games, maybe in my own house, firing range, and just see how I feel about it, whether it's consistent, whether it dies really quick, whether I feel like the power's distributed around, all those things. But by why I'm doing this video. So yeah, that is the Nuprol safe charging bag, and it's available with VAT for $9.99. I believe you can grab these on Patrol Base as well. I remember looking on Patrol Base the other day and seeing this, so worth investing.